There's a lot going on with old Matt Stafford. Not the dude that calls in, that's Matt in Stafford, that we call Matt Stafford, but actual Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
So does your gut, where are you at? So Matt Stafford, the Rams are allowing him to look for a trade. And basically my man wants to get paid. And I don't blame him.
And he should. I mean, he's as good as anybody out there.
Totally. Of the people that are making $50 million plus at the quarterback position in the NFL, some of them are better than Stafford.
They claim they don't want to give him 30. They don't want to pay him like top quarterbacks.
So
he's 37. How old is Kirk? He's not better. No, hell with that. He's not better than Stafford. Aaron Rodgers is older than Stafford, and also
Kirk and Stafford are the same age.
Okay,
now Kirk has less tread on the tires just because he didn't start right away,
and he doesn't play like Stafford.
Right. Matt Stafford this year is set to make $40 million, and that's just his cap number. His actual cash is probably way lower. Of the people that make more money than Matt Stafford, it's a pretty significant list. Allen and Mahomes, I'd say they both deserve it.
Yeah.
Kirk, I'd say, should not make more.
Nope.
Deshaun Watson should not make more.
No.
Kyler Murray should not make more.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, after the playoff performance, I think you could say yes.
I mean,
he's 10 years younger.
He's up there younger with a Super Bowl now.
Lamar, I get. Herbert, I get. Goff. This is.
Herbert, you're still going with his potential. Right now, Stafford has produced better than Herbert, hands down.
Yeah, body of work. But I mean, they were a playoff team this year.
Playoff team,
Chargers,
and this other team won a Super Bowl with him.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have some pretty easy ones to agree on. Goff's been really good. Tua Tagovailoa is making $53 million a year. Trevor Lawrence is making $55 million a year. Jordan Love, 55, Joe Burrow at 55, and then your boy B, Dak Prescott, 60 a year.
Oh, whack.
I understand why Stafford wants to get paid. I'm not mad at him. I understand it. I think I have thought for some time now Stafford would be going to the Giants. All of a sudden, Tom Brady has entered the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty interesting, man. There are conflicting reports from two prominent NFL reporters.
I like it. Let them fight it out.
So this dude, Jordan Schultz, I think he just started a new job with Fox. He was kind of at Bleacher Report before that. He was kind of he's kind of done a lot of things. Jordan's cool. He and I are cool. There's a lot of folks feel, what's up, man? There's a lot of folks that I don't think any of this, your parents are your parents, right? Like it doesn't impact, it shouldn't impact you day to day, but there are a lot of folks that feel like Jordan Schultz has gotten some of his advantages because his dad is the president of Starbucks. His dad invented Starbucks. His dad's a billionaire.
If he was doing something in the coffee world, I'll say okay.
The thought in NFL circles, B, is that like the hardest thing for reporters to do is gain access to really high level people, agents, owners, the type of people that are decision makers, television network executives. And when you have kind of an inside track to that, it helps. But maybe it doesn't. I don't know the answer. I'm just saying that's there is a thought in NFL circles surrounding his success. That's all I'll say.
If the rest of the people had the same access, they would use it.
Dude, I don't fault anybody for anything they got, right? Yeah. Now, Ian Rappaport is, I think Schefter's probably the top of the food chain, and then Rap Sheet is number 2 as far as NFL newsbreakers. It's kind of a Woj and Shams thing before Woj hung it up. Rap Sheet is the king over at NFL Network, really wired in guy. So here's how this all went down. Jordan Schultz yesterday tweeted out sources. Raiders minority owner Tom Brady recently hosted Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford at his home in Montana, where they spent time together and went skiing. Brady has been actively trying to convince Stafford to join the Raiders, and discussions are ongoing. Several teams are interested in Stafford if the Rams decide to move him, with Las Vegas believed to be the most aggressive suitor. Okay, that's pretty damn interesting. It's also quite illegal. That would be that would be incredible levels. But
haven't they given him permission to go and talk to somebody and try to find a trade?
That is true.
So it's not illegal.
I don't know if ownership would be allowed to be involved in that. I think his agent would be allowed to talk to the front office. I don't think the player necessarily.
When they give you permission, they don't say you can't go talk to somebody.
That's a fair point, B. I don't know. But here's where so the actual Brady's trying to get Stafford to the Raiders, to me, makes a ton of sense. Stafford's clearly a stud. The Raiders could pay him. All that could work out, right? But where this gets intriguing from a reporting standpoint is Ian Rappaport yesterday tweeted out, Raiders minority owner Tom Brady and Rams quarterback Matt Stafford ran into each other at a ski resort in Montana. The meeting, unplanned, was not extensive or in-depth and did not include Brady hosting or recruiting Stafford, despite reports saying otherwise. So
that was a direct hit on what you call him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I thought this was pretty interesting. Tom Pelissero works with Ian at NFL Network, and Pelissero tweeted out, reached for comment about an internet rumor that Tom Brady hosted Matt Stafford on a recruiting visit in Montana. Brady's longtime agent, Don Yee, said, I know that reporters sometimes make mistakes in their haste, but this story's inaccurate. To which Rappaport added, Brady and Stafford, like many other high-profile people, both own houses in the same Montana ski community. Then that continues, but let's pause real quick. Like, I got a buddy with a house out in Deer Valley, right, in the Park City community. He is friends with a lot of high-profile people from having a house in Deer Valley. Some of these really high-end ski areas out west, like, that really doesn't shock me. I'm guessing it's Big Sky where these houses are in Montana. And if Stafford and Brady both owned homes there, wouldn't surprise me at all. It's like if Stafford and Brady are both members at some of these super fancy golf courses across the country, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, those two probably clearly have a relationship, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm sure about that. But like I can tell you, I live around a lot of people that have a lot of stuff too. But guess what? I don't just run into them all the time unless I really want to see them for a reason.
Right.
So I know people can throw that out there because you live in the community. People of their ilk and their savvy business and all that, they live in the same community. They don't see each other very often. But you know what? I can say I need to talk to you. We could be in the neighborhood at the same time.
Sure. I think clearly they met. I doubt it was completely coincidental, but I also think it might not be to the level of which it was blown up. But here's where this thing got even more significant was there are now reports, and Pro Football Talk was the most in-depth I've seen, that Jordan Schultz went up to Ian Rappaport. So there's the JW Marriott is kind of like the epicenter of all the activity here in Indy. And there's a Starbucks in the JW Marriott. So Indianapolis has all these like little walkways that connect all the buildings and hotels and convention center. So you don't have to go outside because a lot of times the weather here sucks. Weather's been okay this week, just kind of rainy. So this Starbucks, I think the New York Times did a story on this Starbucks. This Starbucks is like bumping every morning. Like, you want to see head coaches, GMs, you want to see like Drew Rosenhaus, like all the NFL like heavy hitters are getting coffee at the Starbucks every morning. And so apparently Schultz went up to Rap Sheet at Starbucks and said, if you got something to say it to my bleeping face. And the two of them had a conversation. And I think Ian was like, I don't have anything to bleeping say to you. And it's fascinating to watch this grow so much. And I don't think it impacts what happens with Stafford whatsoever.
It probably won't. Listen, though, you got a problem with somebody, you step to them. And that's exactly what Schultz did. You know, I think whoever's on whoever's side, you know, you got different reporters jump on people's side and they push it how they want to push it because that's their guy. But he stepped to the guy who he had a problem with. And what did that guy do? Oh, I'm going to go get security. He told you, you got something to say it. Or we're going to have a problem. He never said, I'm going to whoop your ass, which I would have told him. So, and then he ran immediately.
I can only imagine
He ran
what you
immediately. Oh, I got to get the authorities involved. Hey, man, don't start. The whole thing about it is life is still life. I don't care how you approach somebody. If you do it in the media with your writing or whatever, they still can feel it and come to you and check you. And when you get checked, don't start running to the authorities.